Hi everybody, it's me Maria. I just wanted to do a quick tutorial regarding stamping. Now the first thing you need to always do is have a base coat. This is one of my favorite base coats. It's Sticky by Creative Nail Design. And it does come in little bottles, but just like their top coat, which is super shiny, and their solar oil. The larger ones always come in these round bottles. So what you want to do is you want to thinly apply your base coat, and don't put too much base coat because this can cause peeling, as well as putting too many layers on your nails can cause peeling as well, where it comes off in one sheet. So then you just want to put on your base coat and you want to let it dry. The next thing you want to do is you want to decide on your sponging. Which sponges are you going to use? Some people use makeup sponges. I don't particularly use those unless I'm going for no detail at all. They'll give you kind of a smooth, kind of creamed over look. Which, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, something like this, which is a cosmetic wedge. They look like this, and you can cut them and you can use them. These give you a lot less dotting around the gradient. So if you're going for kind of a more creamed in, blended look, these are your choice. This is actually the sponge that goes in the tool for Conad's sponging kit. And the only thing about these is they're kind of expensive and they fit inside of these, but they're a little bit expensive and you can't get replacements. You have to kind of buy the whole thing again. But I wanted to show you the sponge it's made from. This sponge you can buy at Home Depot. It's the same sponge they make those little edging paintbrushes with. And you can buy it pretty cheap and cut it into small pieces and use it. So for just a few dollars, you can get this type of sponge. I love this kind of sponge, and it's really good for sponging polish and for poly paints, for your water-based acrylic paints. And then this is a little baggie of sponges that I wanted to show you how you can cut them, because this is from beautifulscratchers.com, and you can buy them like this in the little baggie, and they give you 3 sizes and textures, and it's the pink, the yellow, and the blue, and they kind of pre-cut them for you, and once they've been opened, they kind of fluff up, and I'll leave these out so that by the end of the video you can see that they fluffed up. This is sort of a type of foam reinforcement, which you can also find at a hardware store, and also like the old school dish sponges. You can cut those up and make these with as well. And it may just be convenience. You may not be able to find your sponges somewhere near you, so maybe, you know, buying them from the website is a little more convenient for you. So now we have our 3 colors, and I'm going to take the smallest end of my sponge, and I'm going to dip it first in my light blue. First I'm going to show you how to layer, and then I'm going to show you how to do it all at once. And I'm just going to start around here and kind of dollop over my white. And you can see that this light blue, you can take more of your blue, and you can actually work it backwards. Now I want to show you here, once you've done some sponging, you want to cut the end off so that it prevents it from soaking into the rest of your sponge. And I'm taking a little bit of the light blue and a little bit of the white, and I'm going in over this area again. And this is first just to get that color in there, just like this. Now I'm going to take my dark blue with just a smidge of the light, And you can turn your sponge around to get more of your color. And it's okay if you get it on your cuticle. Just remove it pretty quickly so that your cleanup is easier. Because if you wait until you're done, your cuticles are going to be dried pretty good with the polish on them. And it's going to be a lot more difficult to get that off. And we're just going to repeat the process. And you can always go back with dollops of your light color and dab them on the line of where the two blend, and it will give you kind of a smoky effect. Also, I want to show you what you can do if you throw in something that will totally turn the color in a different direction. So say, for example, we want to throw this in. You just take a little bit of your accent color, and this is actually Sinful, and it's literally just called pink. It's pink number 871. It is a neon. I'm choosing this neon so that you can see that you can dramatically change your soft blue look into something a little bit more dramatic. And we can do the same thing to our pinky. But this is how you can just change it up. And you can do this after you've worn it a few days. You can go back in and just sponge some more color over it. So let me show you one more time how to do that. We'll do it on our pinky, and then we'll just do the rest of our hand so that you can see. So we take our pink, sponge it over our lighter side. That way, part of the pink will show more brightly. And you want to have an extra little drop of your original color, your light and your dark. And you go back then after your pink, sponge just a touch of your blue, your dark blue, back over. And try to lighten up around the center. And then take a tiny drop of your light blue, run it up the middle, take a dry portion of your sponge, and then just dollop it in. And this one I'm doing straight into the pink, so we're going to skip the doing the blue by itself. And the reason we put that light blue behind the pink is so that when it blends, you're getting the effect of the purple that it creates when you do that. So you don't want to skip that step. And you can always go back in and make the pink pinker with your sponge. And if you're finding you're getting too much of the blending on your sponge, just cut a piece of your sponge off and use the new piece. You'll get good at turning your sponge too and knowing when to use which side to get the color out of it. Okay, so here we go. Now we have completely sponged nails. This is a little bit of a messy process, and when your sponge gets down to about this size, don't worry about cutting it, just toss it. But you can use small sponge pieces with your tweezers like this and still sponge. So if you don't feel that you have a lot of control with a smaller piece of sponge, just get some tweezers. So hopefully this was helpful. Just wanted to show you a fun way to sponge. It's super easy. And if you have any questions, let me know. It is the same process for gradient. You would just do it from top to bottom and so on. And if needed, I can do a special video on that. There will be a follow-up video with some artwork with this, and I might just title it part 2 so it'll be easy to locate. But hopefully this was helpful. Thank you everyone for watching.